Today has been a crazy morning, hasn't it? So, now that the hype has died down a little bit from this morning, it's been a few hours. I want to go through the website and kind of talk about some of the stuff we saw in the trailer, the big mechanic reveal, what's pretty much going to happen going forward as it pertains to Mortal Kombat 1. Because I feel like the reaction is just my raw reaction. It's not really me fleshing out. It's not really giving me time to think. So, there's some things I want to talk about as it pertains to Mortal Kombat 1. So the first thing we saw, or that we've seen or heard, is that this game has a brand new mechanic, and I think it's very interesting. And it's called Kameo Fighters. So essentially, what's going on in this game is that, and the trailer kind of alludes to this a lot too, if you're paying attention. In every aspect of the trailer, there's always pairs. Like, there's never like a singular character alone. Like, you got, I know it's Raiden. At first I was like, great Kung Lao, Kung Lao. Okay, I know it's Raiden at the beginning of the trailer. Okay, it's Raiden Kung Lao. So you get Raiden and Kung Lao. You get Scorpion Sub. You get Katana and Melina. You keep getting these pairs. But I think that's a reference to this new system mechanic, which is like this Kameo Fighters. So this game is an assist-based fighting game. Now, I don't think it's an assist-based fighting game in the sense that it's a tag fighting game. I think tag and assist are two different things. A tag fighting game is you're able to take control of the other character you pick, right? Like, if I wanted to play Sub and Scorp, I control both of those characters. An assist-based fighting game would be, I have an assist, I can call them in. I can't physically control them, right? I can't play as them, but they might come in and they can do some things that'll help me. This is very similar to a game that just released called Idol Showdown. I know Marvel 1 does this. So Marvel vs. Capcom 1, you can pick like, you pick your characters, and then you pick like, well, you pick your character, and then you pick like an assist and stuff like that. Like, you can like Iceman and stuff like that. I haven't played Marvel 1 in a very long time, but this is similar to that. Now, I'm wondering how crazy Kameo Fighters are going to be, right? Like, for example, do you get to, and the thing about Kameo Fighters, right? The Kameo Fighters won't be characters in the main roster. They've already said that. So the main roster in the Kameo Fighters will be different. So Scorpion and Sub-Zero are main roster characters. Melina, main roster character. Liu Kang, like Katana, those are main roster characters. You won't see those characters as Kameo Fighters, right? So my wonder when it comes to Kameo Fighters, and I want to set the expectation here, it's very likely that we will see gameplay of this game next week. I just want to throw that out there. So we were like, oh, okay, well, I want to see gameplay. There is a very big PlayStation event next week. I'm willing to bet bet on the horses that we will see Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay at this PlayStation event. It just makes sense. It's very convenient. Reason why they showed this CG trailer this week is because they have this Sony event next week. So Sony, as soon as Sony event gets announced, then we get this trailer. It just makes sense. So we'll get gameplay. I'm wondering how crazy Kameo Fighters are. Is it going to be a situation where, like, okay, you can call this Kameo Fighter and like they're assigned like a special move, right? You can pick a special move for them to do. Let's say, for example, if Scorpion was able to be a Kameo Fighter, right? Then his spear is like his Kameo move. So if you're doing a combo, maybe you can spear the opponent and get the reset. Like, I'm curious to see how impactful Kameo characters are in the system. I guess my concern and my hopes is that the Kameo characters lead to more exciting and crazy combo routes and setups, right? I don't want these Kameo characters to just be like, oh, you can throw this out and it doesn't really lead to anything. Like, I don't want them to just be a means of you just throw it out, right? You just throw the character, like, they aren't really super, like, I want these characters to feel impactful. Like, I want there to be a tier list on regular characters and cameo characters, right? I wanted to feel like each of these cameo characters have an important aspect to lead to more creativity. That's my biggest thing with MK1. I want to see more creativity. That is why I care about coming into this game. I know this game is going to look pretty. When they show this trailer, I knew this game was going to look pretty. I know this game is going to have a good story mode. People are upset that the story is not like a deception. People wanted a deception based story mode. They just say that it's fight through your brand new story mode featuring characters like you have a single. So I think it's kind of safe to say that we're still getting the chapter story modes. My hope is that it delves more into the different realms story wise, but we'll get there. Anyway, my hope with this game is that I want to see more creative gameplay, right? The problem with Mortal Kombat 11 is it was pretty good on every other front except gameplay. When I'm playing a fighting game, to me personally, gameplay is the most important part. So I want to see some creativity. And I think I honestly, I'm going to be real. Them having assist characters was not on, or assist-based Mortal Kombat game was not on the drawing board. And it says this gameplay, it does say on this page that discover a reborn Mortal Kombat universe created by Fire God Liu Kang. So that makes sense. This is all Liu Kang's doing. Like this whole where everybody's getting along, this is all Liu Kang's thing. Mortal Kombat 1 ushers in a new era of iconic franchise with a new fighting game system, game modes, and fatalities. So we're going to be getting brand new game modes. Not sure what that's going to be, but we'll get brand new game modes. And obviously the Kameo system is a brand new fighting game system. So that tells me this game won't be like MK11 at all. I want this game not to be like, I don't want this game to be like MK11. I don't want this game to be like MKX. I don't even want this game to be like MK9. The reason I say that is if this is going to be a brand new, fresh reset, I'm open for NRS to show us some shit that Mortal Kombat has never done. I want to see some crazy ass shit to where I'm like, holy hell, is this Mortal Kombat? So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about the Kameo. We'll see it next week. I have hopes for it. I have concerns, but nothing will be. I won't have more thoughts about the Kameo system until I can actually see it, which won't be until next Thursday or something like that. I think that's when the Sony event is, like next Thursday at like 6 or some shit. Okay. Next thing, Shang Tsung being a pre-order character kind of threw me off. I didn't expect him to be the pre-order character, to be honest. I thought it would be like, because the pre-order characters we got is like Goro, Shao Kahn. I think those are the two, right? So I honestly, I thought the pre-order exclusive would be, I don't know. I just expected it to be like I don't know. I can't say a bigger character because Shang Tsung is like, he's the main villain. So I just didn't expect him to be a pre-order exclusive. So it is cool that Shang is coming back. If you don't know, Shang is one of my favorite characters. I'm not huge on MK11 Shang because they kind of took the component of Shang that I liked and kind of nerfed it a bit. Like my favorite part of Shang in the old games is that he had a lot of freedom to transform, right? And it seems like as every game progressed, he kind of that aspect of him is nerfed. I want them to go back to old Shang Tsung where he can just transform into every other character. You gotta remember the button combinations. Make them difficult, okay? If you want to play as a certain character with Shang, you must remember the button combinations. If you can't do it, don't play Shang. I'm sorry. That's the Shang Tsung that I want back, and hopefully with them going back to MK1, they kind of revert back to the old Shang where he was just like, okay, I'm gonna revert. You can still keep some of the stuff that make him like his fireballs and his soul suck, like, but you know, let's go back to the old Shang. But okay, so we got an FAQ too. What type of game is Mortal Kombat 1? Mortal Kombat 1 is the latest title in the acclaimed Mortal Kombat franchise series. This game will introduce a reborn Mortal Kombat universe that is created by Fire God Liu Kang, featuring Fire God Liu Kang, featuring reimagined versions of iconic characters. as they've never been seen before, along with a new fighting system, game modes, bone crushing finishing moves, and more. So fatalities, new fighting system, new game modes, stuff that we already knew. We already know who's developing it. Obviously, is NRS. Obviously, Warner Brothers is publishing. I'm also shocked by September 19th, the date that I was shooting for, and telling everybody that I legit thought this game would come out in October. So it coming out in 4 months is kind of crazy, which means I do like this on the aspect that if this game is coming out in 4 months, that means we're about to get barraged with Mortal Kombat 1 news. Like, we're about to get decimated with Mortal Kombat 1 news, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. There's a premium and collector's edition, just like the other games. Like, this is nothing new. They've been doing, I think they did the early access thing for Mortal Kombat 11 also. Here's a big one, right? So this game is only available on PS5, Xbox Series S and X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Two surprises here. The game is not on the old gen, so you can, if you this is not on PS4, it's not on Xbox One. That's a surprise. I can't say it's a big surprise, but I guess them kind of confirm it. I think this is going to start happening going forward, where a lot of games are going to stop coming out on PS4. It's just how it's going to start going. I'm shocked that it's on the Switch. I'm curious to see how that's going to run. But anywho, Steam, Epic Game Store, we already know. Another thing I saw that kind of makes me a little bit concerned, okay, is I saw the Dragon Crystals, which is the in-game currency. And whenever I see that, that makes me nervous. That really makes me nervous to see like the Dragon Crystals, because I'm like, what are we using the Dragon Crystals for? I thought MK11 had too many forms of current in-game currencies. Like, I didn't like having to like, I really didn't enjoy the aspect of grinding for like crystals and then buying stuff like brutalities on rotation. So I'm very nervous about the idea of Dragon Crystals. That makes me nervous because I'm like, okay, what are we using these Dragon Crystals for? If it's for like cosmetic stuff or whatever, fine. Okay. If you want those to be like for cosmetics at this point, every game does that. It is what it is. We're in an era where you're buying cosmetics, which is fine. Where you don't have to use them. But if we have like brutalities and stuff locked, and I just don't want to go through that again. But anyway, they obviously a combat pack is coming. This is common sense at this point. I'm very excited about Johnny Cage getting the likeness of Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's cool as hell to me, because if you don't know, I think MK1 was supposed to be a Bloodsport game. I think that's the movie. I think it's called Bloodsport, right? With Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think it was supposed to be a Bloodsport game, and then somehow it morphed into Mortal Kombat 1. So the fact that Johnny Cage is getting his Jean-Claude Van Damme skin is like full circle. I love that for Johnny. That's something that would actually make me want to play Johnny, because I'm huge on like 80s action movies, so that's cool. So next up, okay, so we got 6 playable characters post-launch, so DLC characters, and 5 cameo characters. Now this is gonna be funny, right? This the funny part of this is like people being like, is my character gonna be in the game, or is my character gonna be a playable character, or is it gonna be a cameo character? That's gonna be sucky when you see your main be like a cameo character. You're like, damn. Collector's Edition has a Liu Kang statue. There's a closed beta we saw. It's gonna be in August. Which characters will be available? Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub, Raiden, Kung Lao, Katana, Melina, Shang Tsung, Johnny Cage, and many others. So the characters we did not see in the trailer, I think Johnny Cage might be the only person we did not see in the trailer. So They just get it. I think the reason they announced Johnny is because obviously the John Claude Van Damme skin. They were like, oh, obviously Johnny's in the game. So, Kameo fighters are a unique roster of partner characters to assist during matches, creating expanded gameplay possibilities for players. These characters are chosen separately from the main roster of characters. That gets me hyped to see that it says expanded gameplay possibilities, because to me that sounds like these characters are gonna kind of be there to allow more creativity. So what modes will MK1 have? NetherRealm's genre-defining story mode returns. The brand new cinematic narrative featuring unexpected twists on classic rivalries, original backstories for a wide-ranging cast of legendary fighters. So basically, they got the old story mode. No conquest mode, nothing like that. Like the story modes you've been getting with the little chapter 1, chapter, those are coming back, okay? And the rest of this, obviously, the game will have rollback. So yeah, that was a lot of news we got for this game today. I know people are like, gameplay. And I agree, gameplay. And seemingly we will be getting that next week at the Sony event. So we'll actually get to see this gameplay, or just how this game is played. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a Scorpion Sub-Zero thing. But I'm excited to see these system mechanics in work. I really am curious about this Kameo system, because an assist-based Mortal Kombat game is kind of crazy. Like, just saying that out loud makes me realize how fucking crazy that sounds. That's some crazy shit, okay? MK has never been known as like the fucking assist tag game. It has had a tag mode, okay? But it's never had like an assist-based like system. So the only thing similar to the assist-based system is in like Mortal Kombat 11, there's like in the towers you can call characters to help you or some shit like that. Like, that's the closest we've got to assist-based Mortal Kombat. But I'm very excited about this game, man. I have high hopes. I know MK11 wasn't what a lot of people were hoping for. And I'm sure NRS, from a gameplay perspective, they realized that, like, hey, maybe gameplay-wise, this isn't what the core audience wanted. And if you don't know, obviously this game is a soft reboot. So this is a reboot. So MKX, MK11, like a lot of those characters you won't see here. The Aaron Blacks, the Collectors, the Jackies, the Cassies, the Kung Jins, like a lot of them characters from MKX and MK11, you probably won't see in this game. This game is a reboot. They're starting fresh. They're building up to what I'm assuming might be. I'm not gonna even speculate because there's so many things that can happen. We can only tell. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. How excited are you for this game? Are you happy about the new mechanics? Are you not happy? Let me know. As always, pass class, don't eat ass. I'm out this bitch.